Hi everyone, my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And this is Queenz.
Yeah, it's a game designed by both Bruno Cathala and Johannes Gopi.
And it is published by Mandoo Games and Rio Grande.
Mm-hmm.
It's about beekeepers doing as beekeepers do.
Yeah, in a very abstract kind of way.
Yeah, so you want to play it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get set up and we will see you in a bit. Okay, so we are now set up for a two-player game of Queenz. And in this game, we are beekeepers and we are doing as beekeepers do, right? We are planting orchids, we're getting fields and planting our orchids on the field and we're making honey. And so at the end of the game, whoever has the most points wins,
right?
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
So just to give you the lay of the land, in the middle here we have the board. And the board is home to all the different orchids. There are orchids of 5 different colors. It's pink, white, yellow, blue, and red.
Yep.
And some of them have bees, some don't have bees, as you can see. We also have the fancy gardener who's going to be walking around the perimeter of the board, telling us where we can plant orchids. Over here, we have the face-up supply of 5 fields, as well as the rest of them over here. Mm-hmm. In the middle, we have our score tracker with our 2 scoring chits. And then we each also have, ooh, I cheated there. We each also have our own personal supply.
Right.
And the supply is going to be where we host the supply of orchids. Yep. We also have 5 honey pots, 1 of each color, 3 beehives, and then over here we have the diversified production tokens.
Yes.
All right, so we're set up. And so the way that the game works is on your turn, it's very simple. You either take orchids from the board or you fill a field. Mm-hmm. Okay, so majority of the time you're going to be taking orchids. So the way that that works is whoever is sitting to the right hand side of the first player is going to, before the game starts, choose where the gardener will start on the board. So the gardener is going to start in any of these circles on the board.
Right. And
so say I put the gardener there. And if Naveen were to go first, you may take orchids from the row or the column, if the gardener were here, wherever the gardener is.
Yeah,
so
relative to the gardener.
Relative to the gardener. The gardener is always telling you where you can take orchids.
Right.
So if you take orchids, you can take 1, 2, or 3. Mm-hmm. If you choose to take 1, you can literally take any of the orchids from that row. And when you take them, they come off the board and onto your supply. And your supply can house 6 of them max.
Yeah, so you must have space for one.
So you must have space for them to take them.
You can't swap out.
If ever your supply is completely full, then on your turn, you're going to be filling a field.
Right.
Okay? So if you take 1, you can take any of them, B or no B. If you take 2 orchids, you can either take 2 of the same color or 2 of different colors. Mm-hmm. But you cannot take any orchids that have bees on them.
Right.
And if you take 3, you also cannot take any with bees on them, but they must also be all different colors.
Yeah, so the rule of thumb is anytime you take a bee, it can only be 1 chit total.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you must, if you're taking a bee orchid, you're only taking it. Mm-hmm. That's it. Okay, so when you take orchids from the board, you're going to take them, you're going to put them on your supply, and then you're going to move the gardener however many spaces, depending on how many orchids you took.
Right.
So if I only took 1, then the gardener will move 1.
Right.
And then that's where the gardener will start for the next player's turn. If you choose to not take orchids, say my supply is completely full, or if I just want to not take orchids this turn, I can choose to fill a supply, or a field.
Yeah.
And so these are the fields that are face up right now. I take any one of them, and I put it in front of me. If it's my first one, it just goes anywhere in front of me. If starting with the next one, they must be adjacent to at least one field that you have in front of you. And so you must fill, all the fields have 5 spots. So you can see these 5 open squares, and you must fill every single one with either an orchid from your own personal supply or a beehive.
Right.
If you are unable to completely fill a field, you cannot take a field.
Yes, exactly.
And you can do more than one of these beehives, but you only have 3 to start the game. Mm-hmm. And so the way that this works is, let's just take these, for example. I'm going to steal them. So say I fill them like this. Let's take them all from the same row, so makes sense. Okay. As long as you have 2 of the same color, then you're going to produce honey. Mm-hmm. And so for all the colors that you produce honey for, you score that 1 point per orchid. Now, say this is my second field, and it looks like this, and I were to put another white orchid here, kind of continuing that large group, then you score for the previous group as well.
The entire group.
In the entire group. So as long as you are enlarging an already existent, field, then you get to score the cumulative points. So this would score me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points just for the white orchids.
Right.
Make sense?
It does.
And so The game continues just like this. I don't remember where these went.
I'll just go random.
The game continues just like this. The only difference is that if ever the gardener gets moved onto a space where the row is completely empty, then whoever moved the gardener onto that space gets a point,
Right.
and you fill the row.
Right.
Refill it, I guess, with orchids. Whoever takes the last face-up field from the supply, because these do not refill when you take them, you get a point, and then you refill the entire supply, the 5. If ever the gardener crosses this red arrow over here, whoever made the gardener cross that arrow gets a point, and all of the orchids on the board and the
and
whole,
all these 5 will refill.
all of those refill.
They'll fill up to. You don't wipe the board, but you just fill in the
You fill
the
up
spots.
to 5, yeah, because you're only going to have maximum 5 fields over there.
Correct.
The only other thing is there are queen bees. And so that's kind of why it's called Queenz, right?
Yep.
So some of these orchids just have 1 bee on them, and that is the queen bee. If ever you draw, or if ever you take an orchid with a queen bee from the board and put in your supply, you have an immediate optional effect where you may replace, say if I had a pre-existing board in front of me, I can replace this token with one from my board, and it just gets
You
swapped
swap.
out.
That's only for the single bee, the queen bee.
Only for the queen bee, and you
Anytime
must
you see-
do it immediately.
Yeah, anytime you see doubles or triples, that's not available, but only with the single bee.
Only with a single bee.
And you have to make that decision, like she said, immediately.
Yeah, and if you don't, you give it up forever.
Yeah, forgo it.
And you don't get to score by doing that. It doesn't make you score any points. You're
Yeah.
literally just swapping them out. And so the game progresses like this, and until somebody takes their last field, which is their 5th field.
Yes.
Because you only have 5 of them max. Once a player takes their 5th field and fills it, then every other player gets one last turn, in which they're allowed to partially fill a field.
Yep.
Just to score points.
Yep.
And then
Yeah,
the game.
normally you would have to, satisfy the entire all 5 on them. But if it's, let's say Monique ends the game, I'm allowed in the very, very last turn to partially fill the 5.
Yep. Just for points.
Just for points. Yeah.
And then after that, the game is over. And so points are going to be however many points we've scored thus far by producing honey. You also get points depending on your diversified tokens, which we'll get to in a second. And then you get points for each of your beehives. And so the way that you score the beehives is your beehives will be out on your field, and any of the 8 surrounding spaces, if any of them have bees on them, you get 1 point per bee. And sometimes you might, if you kind of plan your hives properly, you might have something that looks like this, where the orchid is sharing spaces, right, with the 2 beehives, so you're going to get to score this twice, because it's per beehive.
It's all relative to the
all
beehive.
relative to the beehive. The last thing that we didn't discuss are these diversified production tokens. Whoever is the first one to produce honey of all 5 colors gets the 10-pointer.
Right.
If you were able to do it, afterwards, and you get the 6-pointer. In a more than 2-player game, there are 2 more tokens that can go here, but that is pretty much it.
Yeah. I think we can jump right in.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Shall we see who goes first? Okay.
Ready? All right,
okay.
It's gonna be you.
So it's me? Okay, so you get to
I
decide.
get to decide where it goes, huh?
Yeah, you get to decide where the gardener goes.
Let's see. Okay, I'll put you right here. Give you a lot
Right
of
there?
choices. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm sure.
All right.
Good luck.
So, I think I'm just gonna go. I think for my first move, I'm just gonna take these 2 white orchids.
All right. So
Boom,
because she took 2,
boom.
the gardener or the beekeeper is gonna go 1, 2, and now my options are these ones here. I could take that queen bee, but there's nothing to swap yet. I feel like, I'm gonna go.
You could.
I could. I'm gonna go the diversity route. We're gonna go pretty diverse here. 1,
Whoa.
2, and a 3. A 3.
Crunch.
Crunch. Okay.
So you took 3?
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
So I.
Leave you with no white.
True. Okay, I'm gonna take these 2.
Okay.
Oh well. Well, let's go blue.
Okay. You going blue.
I took 2 blues.
Okay. So
Here we go. 1, 2.
Turn in that corner.
Yeah.
This gets interesting here. Okay, I will take. Oh no! I'll
Wrong.
take these 2. Oops. Off screen. There we go. Let's go ahead and go 1, 2. Okay. Ooh, that's quite lovely for you.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Lovely. I'm gonna take this.
Mhm.
Right? So I took one, and it has bees on it, so
Yeah, 3 Bs. So
I cannot
that's
take
the
any.
only one she's allowed.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's
the
the
only one I'm
perfect
allowed
one
to
for
take.
her right now.
So
So
let's move one space.
okay, so I can take more if I had space for it. So right now I can only take one, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a blue. Blue looks pretty meager out there on the board, so I should probably try to grab some while I can. Okay, so that's one. That's gonna move one notch for you.
For me, I'm gonna fill a field.
Okay, you're gonna do it now.
I am.
Okay.
We'll see.
Which one?
Which one? This is the
Yeah,
decision.
this is the planning that you're gonna have to kind of. What can you branch off?
This is that decision. I think I'm gonna try to take this one
Okay, a little L shape.
and see what this does for
Could
me.
potentially do for you. Okay.
So I must fill it. I have to fill all 5 spaces. Yeah. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so she's gonna score 3 points for having 3 blue orchids.
Yep, because I
1,
have
2, 3.
at least 2 of the same color. So
Yep.
I made blue honey.
Right.
And then I made honey from the white orchids because there's 2 of
so
them.
another
So 2 more points.
1, 2. So that's just white. Okay. Okay, so I'm maxed out here as well. So I'm
So
gonna
you're
go ahead and
forced to.
do kind of the same thing that you just did. Do I like the T looking one? Gosh, it's so hard to tell what you need right now. So I'm gonna go with it. I'll go with it just for right now. Let's just put it kind of like that.
You sure?
No. Not sure. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there. Let's go ahead and do pink, and blue, and okay, I'll go yellow. All right, so I'm gonna score 2 and 2. So I'm 1 behind you right there. I was able to satisfy pink and blue.
Nice.
Okay.
So my turn?
It is back to you, yeah. And so this doesn't refill again. Not until the beekeeper crosses this red arrow right here, or the 5th one has been taken.
All right, red we go.
Okay, start on the red.
Yeah, 2 reds.
Okay, so you're gonna go
No bees.
1, 2.
Oops.
Ooh, look at this.
What? That's where I put you?
Yep.
Oh, I did not
So I will
calculate
take
that right.
this, a red
Oh, I really didn't calculate that right.
triple. Okay, that's your turn.
Oh, fire kid. Okay.
Yeah.
I do need. I'm gonna take these 2 pinks.
Yep. So you're gonna move up 2. 1, 2. Gosh, that's not good. Let's go ahead and shoot. I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. Okay, fine. I guess we'll have to do this. 2 whites.
1, 2. Okay. So I can do. I'm gonna go with the red and the yellow and the red,
Okay.
and that's gonna move
So
2
it's gonna go
spaces. 1,
2.
2.
Now because Monique crossed red, this is gonna go up right here.
I get 1 point.
She gets 1 point because she's the one that made it happen. We're gonna refill up to 5.
To 5, and then all of these get filled.
Yes.
Here, would you like to take a stack?
Sure. I'll just start from the bottom up. Or you'll
Sure.
start from the bottom up as well.
Oh, sorry. So,
Okay.
oh my.
Lots of blue.
Huh?
Lots of blue, I see. Well, not that much, I guess.
Oh, I thought it was gonna take like forever.
To refill.
That was fast.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I didn't do my duty.
Boom.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, so you did that, huh?
I did.
Yeah.
Hammer.
Sure. Okay, so. Okay, so I can only take 2 because of my capacity here, and neither of those match the colors I have here, so I should probably think ahead. So I will take 2 yellow. And it's gonna go 1, 2 for Monique. And you're at 6, so which one are you?
I must take a field.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Oh gosh, this is the hard part.
Yeah, this is the
This
tough
is
part.
such the hard part. Okay, fine. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Okay.
do it. I'm gonna commit. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm gonna fit it right there because now that it's my second field, it has to be adjacent to one that's already on the board.
This is correct.
And now I have to fill it. I have to fill it with these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's gonna be 5 points.
Okay.
And I've produced red and pink.
Very good.
Honey. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's
Okay.
Mhm.
Most excellent.
Is
All
it?
right, so I have to do the same thing now, so I'm stuck with this decision. Let me just play around with this real quick. I think I might be able to satisfy all of them.
Ah,
I just don't know if this is going to set me up for the future. Okay, I will do it. So I'm going to go like that, like that, and like that. Okay, so what I just formed is 2 yellow, 2 white, and 2 red. So that's going to be 6 points. 2, 2, 2. So that goes to 10. And then I was able to do all 3 of those to make the total of 5.
so you get your
So I
diversified.
get the
production
diversified
token.
10. So we take these at the end of the game?
Yeah, we'll do that at
Okay.
the end of the game.
Perfect. So that goes. So that goes there. All right.
All right,
Yep,
so back to me.
Back to you, yeah.
So now I have to take one of these,
Again.
or some of these orchid tokens. Let's go with. I'm gonna take this one.
Single. Okay.
Uh-huh. So it moves the gardener 1 space.
Okay, I'll take 2 yellow. Don't know if this is good or bad, but I'll take it. 1, 2. Your turn.
My turn? My turnsies. Let's go
Tis you.
with. I'm gonna. 1, 2. I'm gonna take 3 of them.
Okay. 3 different colors. So
3 different colors.
1 of each. And then you get to choose
Right.
where you pluck from them. That's the interesting part. Now you want to try to figure out where to pluck from, right? Because like you can technically take from here, but is that
Right.
yeah? It's kind of hard to figure out where one of us is going to end up.
I'm gonna take this blue one.
Okay, yeah, definitely that one.
So that's
Let's do that
one.
Yep.
Let's go with a yellow one.
Okay.
Oh wait, which yellow?
That's it. That's what I was saying. Which yellow? But it's hard to predict.
Yeah. I'm gonna just. Yeah, I am taking this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's not think about it
Yeah,
too
it's
much.
a little tough there. So 3. I'll
Yeah.
move you 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Ooh, that B is looking pretty nice. Okay, I'll just take this single white B here.
You sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna fill a field.
Okay.
Let's do some field filling.
Do it.
All right, let me just see if what we can do here.
Okay. You got your T. You got your.
These are
Kind
kind
of
of
a cross.
crazy. I think. I'm gonna go with the T.
Going with the T.
Sorry for grabbing all of those. I couldn't see for a second there. So there's my T, and then I think let's go pink, bee blue, hive,
Okay.
regular blue. Now let's go hive,
Yeah.
blue, and then another hive.
Really? Okay. So you're gonna score 3 for the pink. 1,
Yep.
2,
So I go
3.
1, 2, 3.
And then how many for the blue?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so that makes you at 19. Okay.
Yes.
And these beehives will be scoring at the end of the game.
Yep.
Okay.
So I have some beehives out. Whew. That was a tough one.
Oh gosh. I don't like the decision. The decision you left me with. Oh man. Boy.
I don't even see it.
I see.
I
it.
don't know. It's not a good sign.
Shoot.
Tough decisions here?
Yeah. Well, I don't like you having those 2 yellows.
What?
And the
Leave my yellows
and the yellow
alone.
bees coming up. I don't like to give you that option. Well, I guess I could though. All right, I will
Taking the blue?
take the blue with the bee.
The blue bees?
Blue bee, yep, and then you can slide that one down.
Alright.
All right.
Let's go with Well, I mean, I think this is probably the best.
Yeah, that's the
idea.
decision I didn't want to leave you with, but I suppose. Okay. Let's see. I will go ahead and take then the. What's more valuable right now? Let's take the B. Okay, one notch, get one down.
Okay. Stinkeroony. I don't want those.
You can take two of them.
I'm actually gonna take one of them.
Okay. You like the setup, huh? Okay.
I'm gonna take one of them. It's gonna move into this space.
Right,
You're gonna be.
you know I'm gonna take.
Yeah,
right
you
here.
have to take a field. So.
Alright, so let me. I should have probably been trying to figure out what field to take. Let's go here. Yes. And we'll go.
Like it?
One. I kind of do. Gosh, I gotta strike while it's hot, right? 2, 3.
Got it all?
Yeah, I just don't like those bees separated. I would have loved to be able to connect these two guys to a beehive in the future, but I can't. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points.
9 points, nice.
Okay, 10. So we are both at 19.
Well, you have that like extra 10 points over
I
there,
do.
which is nice.
That is something to fall back on. All right.
Done?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this bee.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I wanted.
Are you gonna use its swap capability?
I am.
I knew it.
You did?
I did.
Lies. I am. I just realized, like.
Yeah, you're like, actually,
where?
wait a second.
Yeah, I will do it here.
Oh, over there, okay.
And then it moves one. So your turn.
Yes. Boy. Okay, I should definitely take this. This is going to be a just pick up a bunch of stuff. So that's going to be 1, and I know I should probably pick up a couple more. It's just I have no idea what's going to come out. So I cannot take 2 blue. I should probably take a yellow since that's my biggest thing going on. And now I can take blue or pink. I'm going to go ahead and take... I'll take blue because that'll add to my blues potentially. Okay.
Done?
Yeah. Wait, I have to move the guy. 1, 2, 3. The beekeeper.
Okay, great. Ooh.
Another bee.
That's tempting. Yee. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Take that.
All right. 1. That is not
1.
tempting. So I will try to fill this. So because I'm going to be the person that takes the last one, I'll score some points, right?
You get 1 point.
Yay. Okay, I'll take 1 point. Oh, this is not going to work out. So 1. 2, 3, like that.
Like that?
That works because this will score 3. This will score 3, right? And then
Yeah.
there's something to build off of.
That works.
Let's just go ahead and slide this up just a little bit so I can.
Okay, so how many points do you get?
Okay, so I completed yellow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then plus 4, so 10.
10.
I am the bear.
29.
So I'm gonna go to 29.
Okay, great.
Yeah, my little mascot's the bear. You're the honey dipper.
Not looking good. So now
and I get 1 extra point, right? Like we said.
Yep.
Because I'm the one that cleared this off. Because this is cleared off, we're gonna go ahead and fill a new 5. And ooh, new shapes coming out. Very nice. Okay. And
Oops.
1.
Dislodge that.
That is okay. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 total.
Yeah, so you're. Once you hit
So
your last
if
one,
I
I'm
fill
in
another
trouble.
one, yeah.
My turn?
It's your turn, yeah, because I just
Okay.
did that. So.
I have to fill a field because I'm completely empty over here.
How many fields is that gonna be for you?
My 4th.
4th, okay.
So let's go with the.
The big bulbous one.
Oh, we have some new shapes
Yeah,
here.
some new shapes came in. I like the Wario one. I call it kind of Wario.
I don't think we're gonna go with the Wario
Wario
one
Wario. I just like the W. Yeah.
right now, but I was looking at maybe the bulbous one.
The
looks
big
kind of
bulbous
cute.
one. Would you prefer this one or that one? They are literally the same.
Let's go with that one.
Okay. Oh, you mean this one?
Okay, I said that one, but we'll go. This will do.
Yeah.
This
Oh
is.
no, you're on the score track.
All right, I'm gonna have to move this over. Oh no, my fields.
Why don't we just move the score track?
No.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that actually would be smart, but we're gonna just destroy my fields and move this over.
Earthquake.
Can you help me?
Yeah, I can help you by moving the field. This thing.
Oh man. Ugh. All right. I think this will have to do. How's it looking?
Good, as long as you don't win.
What?
Let's see.
That out.
All right.
Okay, now it's done.
You did it. Okay.
Right?
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm actually going to put my last, what is my beehive? My last beehive on there.
Tool house.
Let's do this right there. We're going to go with...
Oh, you're just throwing everything
boom.
everywhere.
Oh, this is such a waste.
Oh, I love it.
It's a horrible waste. We're not going to put this
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
We're just going to go...
Definitely
boom,
the right way to go.
boom, boom.
Yes. So that scores you 4 points, right?
4 points.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We've got some bees in the, in the game here.
House, or out of the house.
And because I filled my last one, I get this.
You do get the
so the
6.
separation isn't going to be as painful.
I'd have preferred if you didn't get that. Okay. Well, looks like I have one option. One pink.
You sure? Oh,
I do.
careful
yeah,
now.
there. A singular.
Okay.
All right.
What do I want to do?
Yeah. What do?
I'm just going to go with white. For
A single white?
a single white.
Okay. It's going to move that up. Boy.
I didn't want to give you the ability to
To
surpass
get the
the
extra.
arrow.
Yeah, okay. I see.
Although, I think that's actually more beneficial, because who cares about the 1 point? Well,
Yeah, because then I would expose more stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take the 2 pink. I think that'll play quite lovely. Okay.
You think so?
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm going to take 1 yellow.
Okay. Just 1 yellow?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be the one to cross it. You're going to get a point.
Yep. And then we refill.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'll
5.
Wow, nice long straight one.
And then here we go. Here, if you'd like to take from there.
Sure,
I will
I'll
take
fill up from the left
these.
side.
This is pretty much. This is probably the last time. Yeah, this is definitely
This
the
is
last
going to
time
be the
we're
last time we
filling,
fill, yeah, because I'm...
filling this board.
I don't have any more to take.
Oops, I knocked over my beehive.
No.
Here you go.
Sure.
If you'd like to fill there.
Okay. And then one
One
more
last?
little, yeah.
Boom. All right.
Boy, oh boy.
You get the pick.
I do. Okay, I will take the blue bee.
1.
1. Uh-oh.
Okay, I think I have to just take this.
Yeah, pink bee.
That's a pink bee with pink orchid with 3 bees. The
Yeah, I'm sorry, pink bee, yeah.
All right, your turn.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fill my last field, and I think I'm gonna take this big bulbous one. Just like you did. Fits just so nicely right there. Okay, so I want to try to score these
That's a funny
bees, so I'm gonna put that there. I'll put this one here, no, here, so it can be all connected. And then we're gonna have pink.
Bee all connected?
Bee all connected, correct. Okay, so let's score the pinks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the blues, so another 10 points, so 30 is gonna go to 40.
Oh my gosh, this is not looking good. So I have one last turn, because that is now your 5th field,
That was it,
right?
I filled my 5th field, yep.
Okay, so I pretty much have to, I have to fill a field, or else it will be for naught. So let's do this one. The straight line. I never knew the straight line would ever work for me, but let's try to make it work.
Nice.
The straight line just doesn't seem like a piece that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, let's.
So
see
let's
what you can pull
go
off.
with yellow
Okay.
right there. We're gonna go with pink.
Okay.
Well, if it doesn't matter. Oh, if I put that there.
Yeah.
Then yeah, that's the
That's
best
where
place
it'll
to
go,
put it.
for sure.
There we go. That's where it's going.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay, so you
So-
formed a yellow, which is 5.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, 24, 33. Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
And that is the end of the game.
Yes.
So
Okay.
now we're going to do end game scoring.
Final scoring, okay.
So you get your
Should
10
we-
points.
okay, I'll score the
For
10.
your, well,
40 is going to go to
usually
50.
just give you 4 points, but and then 6 points for me to 39.
Math. Okay, there we go.
And then so since you started the game, would you like to count your bees?
Sure. Okay, so
per hive.
Per hive. So let's go with this one right here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. This one here is going to score the same one. 4, 5, 6. This one's going to score 7, 8, 9, 10. So another 10 points. So 50 is going to be a nice round 60.
Ah.
So
All right.
you need to score 21 points here.
Let's see.
Okay.
So this hive gets 3 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Uh-oh.
This one gets, so should we just do the 8 now?
Sure, let's do
So
it.
we can keep track of it. So 47.
47, yes.
Okay. This one gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Uh-oh. So it's going to be 56.
This one gets
Oh,
1,
no.
2,
No,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No. Okay, that's definitely higher than what I got.
63?
So 63.
Ah!
Oh, you done did it. Dang it. Well played.
Thank you.
That was good. You got me.
Good game.
All right.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, that was tough.
Well, that was fast.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
So you won. What'd you think?
Okay, for the record, this is the first time that I've ever won this game. We played it a few times, and he's always won, and I could not wrap my head
Yeah.
around. I still actually don't really know.
I know.
How that
I shouldn't have
happened.
told you about those bees at the end.
Yeah. Well, I think that the game is interesting. The theme is cool.
Yeah.
Bees, right? I think I've only ever seen like one other game.
I think it's called Bees with an exclamation
Yeah,
point.
right? That other game?
Yeah.
I think there are like a couple more games coming out at Essen that have
Okay.
like a bee, kind of theme. But this
It's
is
a
the first
hot
one
theme,
that.
huh?
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
so. But this is first one that we played.
Yeah.
So beekeepers making honey, getting orchids.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's an abstract strategy game.
Yeah. So the
you know.
the theme is really loose.
Theme's loose, but
It's an abstract strategy game, but it's cute. It's fast. It's really strategic. There are a lot of really interesting decisions.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the component quality actually is really nice. I know for a lot of people that's like a big thing.
Yeah.
The cardboard is really nice and thick, and then the
These
actual
little
box
chips and stuff.
is
too.
beautiful.
Oh, the box is really nice.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job
They did a
like
great
figuring
job.
out how to do the art
This box,
and
I think,
then
is
look at the
amazing.
inside of this box.
Yeah.
That's really
Inside
cool.
has a nice little
There you go.
like burnt orange kind of thing in there.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Each time I played it, it's really fun. I like the decision making that you make. When you're selecting, you're also you know how far along you're sending the beekeeper, and so you're giving your opponent maybe something they want. So you're
Right.
like, okay, you know what? I'll take just one blue or two blue this time, even though I could get that bee.
Yeah.
Because I want you to skip over that part. So
Right.
I kind of like that.
Like one of the basic parts of the decision making that we're talking about is just you're playing offense and defense all the time.
Yeah, totally.
So you're taking orchids, but you're also trying to figure out. In a 2-player game, it's much easier to do that because it's just me and him. But like in a 4-player game, you're like figuring out what they need next. You know that they're gonna make a field next or take a field next. So you don't have to worry about them. That kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I think in a 2-player game, I think it's a little bit more strategic in that sense that like we're in it for the long haul.
Right.
But I think in like a 4-player game, it's more like I just need to defend against the next person going.
Yeah.
Because you cannot control what the person 2 or 3 turns away from
Right.
are
That's
going.
interesting.
Yeah.
So I think that in higher player counts, like in a 4-player game, it will suffer from that kind of chaos,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Because
The board's
other people
changing.
are manipulating the board without your consent, or like
yeah.
you can't really change anything that they're
Right.
doing.
So yeah, I really like it at 2 players.
Yeah, 2-player, it's probably a little bit more strategic.
Yep.
I think that the game is really AP inducing. It's a fairly quick game, but you will probably experience moments where people are just quiet and like trying to configure because it's so abstract, right? So like you're getting the fields and you need to figure out exactly where it's gonna fit on your board.
Especially when you start with one field and then like you're like, okay, I think this field.
Yeah.
But you don't know what field 3, 4, and 5 might potentially look like, so it gets kind
so
of
that part is tough. So
Yeah.
it's potentially very AP inducing.
yeah, especially when you're you want to maximize these points on these little beehives or what are these called? These are
the beehives.
beehives. Yeah, you want to you want to maximize the points like you at the very end. That maximizing where those are strategically placed.
It's tough.
It's really tough.
It's
Yeah.
very puzzly. I think that because you can figuring out how many orchids to take, like you can take one and it can be any kind of orchid with bees, without bees. That part was confusing for me to remember
Yeah.
at first. He didn't struggle with it,
No,
so I don't
not
know if
really,
this
but-
is like a universal thing, but I know for me I was like, wait, so if you take 2 of them, can they be of the same color? I guess what I'm trying to
Yes.
say is I wish there was some kind of a visual aid.
Okay.
Just to
yeah.
kind of facilitate that learning, like if it's a player aid or if it's even just like written on the board, like
Yeah.
if you were to take 3, they all have to be different colors, no
Yeah.
bees, you know?
Yeah, the game is actually pretty friendly to new gamers, I would say, but maybe that aspect of it would be like, wait, what can I do again on my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think it's really interesting. The mechanics are solid. Like picking the orchids, figuring out when to put these beehives is the most difficult part for me.
Yeah.
Like figuring out when to take an orchid with a bee versus the orchids. You know, obviously if you take a bunch of orchids without bees, then you can potentially, it can turn into a race.
Yeah.
Like you're just, if I play a game and I'm going to say, forget these hives, I'm just going to get a bunch of orchids that don't have bees. I can get so many of them so quickly and just potentially fill all 5 of my fields.
Right.
Before
Try
other
to rush the
people,
game.
yeah, you can rush the game.
Right.
So figuring out when to do that, like the timing of that, is really, really interesting.
Yeah, it is a race. Like for me to get to this 10, I saw an opportunity to get to this 10 in the middle of our game. Yeah.
These tiles,
Yeah.
they bring me stress.
Yeah.
Like this is kind of like the third element, right? Like we talked about the beehives, we talked about the decision making when taking orchids, and then you have to consider these.
Yeah.
Like you need to put out all 5 colors in order for you to take these. Now you can ignore them, but that means you're just going to be 10 points behind the person who did take them, and he always takes them.
Yeah.
So
I found a way this time.
Yeah.
I do like also when the beekeeper goes all the way around and passes that red arrow, how the board refreshes and all these kind of refresh.
Yeah.
So the person who moves, the beekeeper across the red line gets 1 point, but you're
The
now
next
giving your
person.
opponent this wide array of options.
Right.
So
I
thought
mean,
that was
kind
pretty
of.
Cool.
They get kind of the options of that column still.
Yeah,
but like they have
column. More to deal with.
To choose. So it is a nice little refresh balancing mechanism.
Yeah. So overall, fun factor?
I think it's really fun. I enjoy games that are kind of like thinky, that make me sit there in silence for a bit.
Yeah.
So for me, I really like that. I think it's going to appeal to people who like puzzly, abstract games.
Yeah. Totally.
But I really enjoyed it. I think it's great. And you?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I normally actually struggle with abstract tile laying games.
Yeah.
And
He's
for
more
this
mathy.
one, for some reason, it's not that like kind of crunchy on my brain. But I
That's
lost.
so funny.
But I lost, so maybe it should be.
But you still enjoyed it?
I do.
Even though you lost?
Yeah, I do enjoy it.
And
course,
that's how you know.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right. Yeah, had a good time.
Cool.
Cool. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed our playthrough of Queenz. This game will be releasing this year at Essen Spiel 2019.
And if you enjoyed the video and would like to see more playthroughs, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and do all the things. And we will see you again soon.
All right, thank you. Bye.